Welcome to Nana Reads number 2. This book is called Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of Nimh. There's been over 1 million copies sold, and it won an award. So when you see these medals on the fronts of books, you can kind of see what they say, and it says Newbery Medal, and it won the gold. And Robert C. O'Brien is the author. That's what we'll be reading. Chapter 1, The Sickness of Timothy Frisby. Mrs. Frisby, the head of a family of field mice, lived in an underground house in the vegetable garden of a farmer named Mr. Fitzgibbon. It was a winter house, such as some field mice move to when food becomes too scarce and the living too hard in the woods and pastures. In the soft earth of a bean, potato, black-eyed pea, and asparagus patch, there is plenty of food left over for mice after the human crop has been gathered. Mrs. Frisby and her family were especially lucky in the house itself. It was a slightly damaged cinder block, the hollow kind with 2 oval holes through it. It had somehow been abandoned in the garden during the summer and lay almost completely buried, with only a bit of one corner showing above the ground, which is how Mrs. Frisby had discovered it. It lay on its side in such a way that the solid parts of the block formed a roof and a floor, both waterproof, and the hollows made 2 spacious rooms lined with bits of leaves, grass, cloth, cotton fluff, feathers, and other soft things Mrs. Frisby and her children had collected. The house stayed dry. It was warm and comfortable all winter. A tunnel to the surface earth of the garden, dug so that it was slightly larger